Well, the problem is that I do not even believe the Eighth Assembly was antagonistic. Antagonistic as how? What did they do and what did they not do? I believe in a democratic setting, there is a separation of power. The executive, the legislative, and the judiciary. And every segment of these powers has to be given the opportunity to exercise its constitutional responsibilities. We have not seen anything in the Eighth Assembly that the executive requested and it has been denied. Rather, we have seen how the executive had been antagonistic to the legislative arm of government, harassing them, doing all these things. If you see how the Senate President has been on trial throughout almost about 75% of his tenure. So what is antagonistic? Rather, they have seen the mistake. They have made the mistake, quite all right. And they are trying to correct it. Or they seem to have corrected it at the Ninth Assembly. So our expectation of the Ninth Assembly is that we want to see harmonious working relationship between the National Assembly and the presidency. But we don't want to see a situation whereby the presidency is run as a cabal as it is being alleged to have been run during the last dispensation. We want to see the National Assembly exercising its own constitutional function to the benefit, to the aspiration of the citizen, to the expectation of the elected. Those who have elected them. I have elected my own senator. I have elected my own House of Reps member. I have elected my state assembly. So I want to see him checkmating the governor where the governor is going into excess or where the president will go to excesses. Otherwise, there will be tyranny. If we allow the Ninth Assembly, allow the presidency or the executive to dominate them, to overpower them, to coerce them, then certainly we are not going to see a full-fledged democracy in action.
Thank you very much.
Well, we expect that they should not just be a rubber stamp. When budget is sent to them, they will just say we pass it without scrutinizing it. We expect to see the executive doing its own duty rightly before they even submit it to the National Assembly. There should be, like I said, harmonious working relationship. Passage of budget is the constitutional responsibility of the legislative arm of government. So therefore, the executive should not just take advantage of having nominated all the legislative leadership to say that, look, okay, we are saying this, we voted for this, we voted for this, without due consideration of their own legislative responsibility. You know, all these legislators have their own constituencies, and they know far better than the executive. What you can't tell me that your ministers know my own. We have a minister. The minister has he known all the constituencies in Kaduna State? If you even ask the minister to name the local government, maybe the 23 local government, they may not even name it. So how do they know what is the requirement of this constituency? That is why there should be a constant touch between, there should be a synchronizing, symbiotic relationship between the executive and the legislative, so that when it is in terms of budgeting and in terms of project implementation or project assignment, then the legislative arm of government are the representative of the people, and they know far better than the executive what their constituents need. the needs, the desire, the aspiration of their constituents is known very much by the legislature because they have gone through nook and cranny to campaign. So each ministry, if they are budgeting certain amount for water supply for Kaduna State, then they should consult the legislative of government, the House of Reps members, the senators, and then down the ladder. If this kind of relationship is not exercised, certainly people are going to cry. I have once been an executive, and I have my councillors that I worked with. Of course, as small as a local government is, you cannot know everything, every desire or every need of your people who are in different wards. You have to liaise with your councillors because they are sleeping, eating, dining with them. So they know far more than I, as the chairman of a local government, knows about their needs. So this is what we want to translate from the local government, what is happening, to the state government, so also at the national level. We should not just say because senators or House of Reps members are just elected. You understand? This bullying, this bullshitting of legislative is